I'm gonna give you my 5 favorite strength exercises for developing vertical jump. Let's get into it. Yo, what's going on, guys? Chris Barn here from Overtime Athletes, and what I want to do is I want to share with you 5 of my favorite strength exercises. You guys know I have a ton of progressions when it comes to plyometrics and jump training, and I like a well-balanced program when it comes to upper and lower body to be able to develop vertical jump. However, I'm going to give you my 5 favorite right now. All right, so let's kick things off with the first one, which is going to be a single leg exercise. This is going to be a DECEL step down, but it's going to be with a goblet. So this acts as more of a corrective early on, but then I start adding resistance in the form of a kettlebell or a dumbbell. And essentially what the athlete is gonna do is stand right off to the side, push the knee forward, be able to come down under control, eccentrically, tap the heel and come back up. Now the reason why I love this is essentially because it really teaches the athlete to absorb force or decelerate across the quad, strengthen across the knee with that slow eccentric. We're not focused on the up phase, we're focused on heavy resistance on the down phase as they come down, completely under control across that knee joint. The next one is gonna be focused all on posterior chain. It's gonna be a heavy barbell RDL. This is a meat and potatoes lift. There's nothing sexy about it, but the way that I coach it is with a lot of focus and intent. So athlete's gonna grab the bar, just like you would set up. I want feet right underneath the hips, toes forward. The big thing that I teach here that's different is I really wanna focus on soft knees and pushing the hips back. I don't want the athlete to tip forward. I want the athlete to focus on pushing the hips back as far as they can. So it almost becomes a little bit more of a hybrid between a deadlift and an RDL, really being able to attack the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. Make sure that you load up on this, keep the reps fairly low, 6 reps and under. So next one I'm gonna share with you is my favorite dynamic hinge. We just went over the barbell RDL for heavy resistance. Now when it comes to a little bit more speed, strength, speed, I love the banded kettlebell swing. So all you're gonna do is basically take a medium resistance band. You're gonna go ahead and wrap that around the handle of the kettlebell, put your feet in there. I like it about shoulder width apart. You see the band is there, create some tension, and then from here what you're gonna do is push the hips back, bend across the knees, tip forward, and get a good explosive swing going with the kettlebell. Now the reason why I love this is not only because of the pattern that it's creating, but also the resistance is essentially pulling that athlete down rapidly during the eccentric phase and having to accommodate for that resistance in the concentric phase. Very great for developing that vertical jump. What's up, athletes? Hey, real quick, let me introduce you to OTA Pro. So this is the official training app for Overtime Athletes. With over 9 programs and growing, essentially what I've done is I've compiled my best-selling programs, whether that be speed, vertical jump, agility, muscle gaining, strength. I've literally laid out every single movement, rep, set, and in addition to that, I have videos that walk you through exactly how to do it. So if you're looking for a proven program that guarantees results, it's literally at your fingertips right now. And the best part is you can get this for the price of a couple Chipotle bowls. So if you're interested, go ahead and check out the link down below. Let's dominate. The next one that I absolutely love is gonna be a heavy, high speed, high box squat, okay? And let me tell you what that means. It's gonna be set up just like your traditional box squat. What I want the athlete to be able to do is set up a box that is just above knee level, okay? So when the athlete comes down, sits on the box, you can see that my hips actually sit above knee level. What I wanna be able to do is I want the athlete to come down under control, because I'm talking heavy resistance here. I want anything over 85% of your 1 rep max, all the way over 100% of your 1 rep max. And what I want the athlete to be able to do is keep the feet right underneath the hips, toes forward. And from here, right, I want them to completely relax, not their trunk, but their legs on the box, and then be able to explode the hips forward as fast as they possibly can. It's very important that we're not squatting to box, but we're performing a box squat where the athlete's controlled, pushing up as fast as you can. Again, the goal here is to move heavy weight at a limited range of motion, really focus on that concentric phase of the motion where we're maximizing the athlete's ability to produce force, your rate of force development. And last but not least, the king of strength exercises for vertical jump is gonna be yours truly, the trap bar deadlift. Now I love to use the trap bar deadlift early on the off season with the low handle where you can flip it around Basically what this does is it makes the athlete have a deeper range of motion. As we get into the meat and potatoes of our off season, I can go ahead and flip it, use the high handles, and then I want to progress to actually putting those on blocks. So now you have a limited range of motion, can really push some heavy resistance closer to the range of motion you would during a vertical jump. I absolutely love this. Look, I'll tell you my secret. I try to get athletes between 2.2 to 2.6 times their body weight, because I know that if I can get you in that range, you can display an elite vertical jump within that range. And what that means is I've seen athletes at 2.2 to 2.6 be able to put 40-inch vertical jumps up. Now, that doesn't mean that we stop there. We continuously try to build that. That's just one of our strength parameters when it comes to our absolute strength. Big focus that I have here is just like any other movement. I want the feet right underneath the hips, toes forward. I want the athlete be able to sit the hips back, push the knees forward, stay in a neutral spine, chin tucked, eyes down. I want the athlete to drive away from the ground. I always tell my athletes, it's not a hinge, it's more like a squat, but you're still pulling from the ground. So imagine you have a string from your head to the top of the ceiling and you're trying to drive straight through the ceiling. So it gets your entire lower body involved, right? And it's a great complement to those other auxiliaries with the posterior chain that I mentioned earlier. Now, I'm gonna give you a bonus one here, right? And we're gonna talk and start moving down that force velocity curve to the speed, strength, strength, speed. What I like to do, I like to kick the weight off later on in the off season, go a lot lighter, anywhere under 50%. I wanna take the weight off, and what I like to do is actually trap bar jumps. Now you could do these from a static position on the ground, but for this video, one of my favorites is starting from a top-down perspective. And what I mean by that is we're really working that transition in the vertical jump. Most athletes start from an upright position, be able to sink down, rapidly transition, and then be able to produce force. So to do that, I want to take the trap bar, I want to start at the top, I want the athlete to pull themselves to the ground as fast as they possibly can, quick transition, staying tight in the upper half, and then being able to produce force, similar to this. And what this is overall working is working that transition phase from absorption to production of force. You can start to add load after you've mastered this and don't get stuck in that bottom transition. There you have it, guys. There's a multitude of strength exercises that are gonna support you in developing vertical force. These happen to be 5 of my favorite that I feel like are must-haves in your vertical jump program. I hope that helps. If you're interested in a full vertical jump training program, go ahead and check out the link down below. I'll catch you guys next time.